So good evening, I'm Britt Dowdy, President of the Newport-Mation Federation of Teachers, and I'm standing to follow up with what Mr. Crenshaw was just speaking about, the Estancia issue. So these are both related to 11C on the agenda. To say that the Federation is extremely frustrated regarding this project is an understatement. For tonight, right here was the first time that report was explained to us. And we've had an active attempt for two-way communication regarding this issue since January of this year. I was provided with a written version, an emailed version of the report, and I appreciate that. But there are some lack of two-way communication with the persons who truly are the persons with the most information. And we want to acknowledge that. The staff at Estancia fundamentally does not feel that they have truly been listened to through the longer scope of the entire project. It has been difficult for NMFT, for myself, the leadership, working with their staff to get responses and answers. I would applaud the HR department for working to answer the questions, but no disrespect, Mr. Camarena, he's not an expert in construction techniques, and so we've been looking for some other answers to this. As Mr. Crenshaw believes his health is impacted, other teachers do as well. We know that there currently is one workers' comp claim due to this. Some facts that didn't get mentioned tonight. There are 8 science classrooms. 6 of them have uncapped pipes that were repaired. Some of those classrooms, especially Mr. Crenshaw's, had up to 9 pipes in that classroom discovered either last year, about 12 months ago, or actually about 14 months ago, and then recently throughout this school year. So really, it's been, as Mr. Crenshaw mentioned, there has been intermittent smells for at least 8 years. There has been a chronic problem that was brought up beginning about 18 months ago when we had the geysering, extreme smells Mr. Crenshaw just mentioned. There was investigations, floors and walls were opened up, things were discovered a full school year ago. And Mr. Crenshaw had been displaced from his classroom a full semester last school year and almost all of the most recent school year. That's 2 school years where he was not in his regular classroom. So this is an issue that was brought up a long time ago. And the question becomes, why weren't these investigations done last summer instead of the summer of 2017? The questions are, why weren't the concerns that were articulated over and over and over in a responsible manner directly to the person that can make decisions, why weren't they acted upon earlier this school year? I understand there are some construction needs for being able to open up lots of items, but it could have been done in a different way. And finally, how is this information about a complete mismanagement of taxpayers' funds 10 years ago by a contractor, and then a physical injury to teachers, which we don't know if we don't think there are any reports from students, but there definitely are reports coming from staff. How is that information getting communicated to the general public? What is the plan for that? We've been asking this question since March. Thank you.
Thank you. Russell's had something you want to wait on? Okay.